Welcome back, bitches, bros, and non-binary hosts, the Band of Misfits podcast, the showcase of control, chaos we call our friendship. It's good to be back, and it is getting closer to tax season. If you are a legal employee, like some of us are, you'll know that a good portion of W-2 forms were mailed today.
So can confirm I got the mail today.
Yes, mine did not come yet because we're this ass, but they were posted today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll get there eventually, but yeah, we're back. So apologies for the last couple of weeks. We haven't been doing podcasts again, as we've said multiple times. Irregular schedules. Some of us have been called into work on Fridays. It's just things happen, things come up.
Today, school was canceled, so I didn't have work, and I was like, okay, cool. And then they were like, oh, by the way, we're making you use a day of annual leave for that. And I was like, oh, fuck you.
That wasn't my decision.
Yeah, despite school canceling it, yeah, they basically made...
By the way, you have to pay for us canceling school.
That is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
that's how the school systems are, dude.
Yep. Welcome to the life of a teacher.
Remind me to get a job at either a private school or a studio.
I was going to say studios. It depends. Like sometimes studios will have you file as an independent contractor, and sometimes you're an actual employee. So just be cautious about.
Yeah, it just depends on where you work.
Be cautious about what kind of taxes you're comfortable filing.
Right. But yeah, so on to the main topic. Shiota has been waiting for these past couple of weeks because he wants a chance to brag.
Yes, about $11 false 3 weeks of walk.
Yes, Muse works with Shiota.
2. It's been 2 weeks and 1 day.
Going on 3.
Going on 3. Yes, Muse now works at the same store that Shiota and I work at. However, she is in the front end with Shiota. She's not in the back with me, so... But I still see them because, again, I am all over the store. So, yeah, Shiota, you have the floor.
I joined the cult.
Alright, shall we start off by explaining how I trained Muse like a dog?
Okay, for going stay cat. You all taught me cat sweatshirts.
I would like to point out, Muse was trained for the job before she even got the job. He started training her before she even got the job. Because we already knew that she was going to get the job.
Because I know that...
1, we're short on employees. 2, we've been bragging like hell about her to all of our coworkers and bosses. Anybody who would listen. So...
Which all of them apparently did.
Yes, they did.
Voice crack.
All of them listened to us. It was wonderful.
Yeah, and... It was for good reason, because you've been doing really good.
Mm-hmm.
But, I believe we have mentioned the, cashier boot camp before in a previous episode.
No, I think we did in the last one.
I think we did, briefly in the last one, but that was the last episode. But I'll say you can sum it up or something if you want.
2.5 hours slideshow. Shiota acts like a professor and drills me with a bunch of knowledge with a 60-page slideshow, and then in the process, at the end, has a quiz, and I get treats if I got the questions right.
Yes, he bought an entire bag of gummies for her, and every time she got one right, she got a gummy. I'd like to point out, before he even did that with you, he texted me. He texted me a bag of the picture of the bag of gummies in the PowerPoint, and he said, "I'm ready." So I knew exactly what he was going to do with you, because I said, so you're training her like a dog.
I mean, you didn't know anything about the slideshow, but...
Well, I knew you had made a PowerPoint. I knew you had made a PowerPoint. I just didn't know it was 60 slides.
Or that you had it set up like a classroom.
Well, or that he had it set up like... I didn't know how far he went.
I made that whole PowerPoint, like, the day before.
His power, literally, when she went to work and we told H at the front that he had done that, and she was like, if she does like super good, then I want you to give me that PowerPoint. And literally, let's just say by the end of the day, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but by the end of the day, she came over to me and she was like, I need you to ask Shota for that PowerPoint. I need it laminated. We don't have any standard PowerPoints. Clearly he knows what he's doing. We need that. So I texted Shota and then it's in a binder and it's laminated.
Oh my goodness.
Some people really just don't know how to do their own job.
Apparently not.
You'd be amazed.
It's true. It's very true.
Like, literally, where she is now is where a regular cashier would be at in their, like, 5th month.
It's true.
So, like, I always have to remind myself, okay, this is her second week. But it feels like you've been there longer than you actually have, just because of the skill level you're at.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. And she's doing really damn good.
The ironic part is, I've never had this type of job before.
Very ironic, yes.
You've kind of operated a register before, but not a digital register. Like, you had to do everything by hand.
Yeah, and in my head, I had to do a lot of the math in my head.
Mm-hmm.
What? No, like, you're literally explaining things on the register that some of our cashiers who've been there for months didn't know how to do.
I think you mean are too dumb to figure out how to do.
Yeah, well, literally, 1 o'clock starts, she walked at a different store before. She was like, oh, Muse, she's really good. Did she used to work at a different store? And I'm like, no, this is her second day.
Look at you!
I know, and she's all embarrassed because she's like, ooh, stop bragging about me, I'm not that good. Girl, you're getting compliments.
Call me out!
Right. I am calling you out. Suffer. She's getting compliments.
This episode is torture.
Suffer.
Suck it up, Dale.
It's not like I have a choice.
You really don't.
I mean, I can always just leave my room.
You are aware that he lives right down the road from you, dear.
And I know he would just say pause the recording and then come over and tie me to my chair.
Yep.
Yes. And I would happily pause the recording for that.
No, literally, first day you get a register, you have 1 o'clock stand with you. You always just having bagging, and then halfway through you get a register, you ran with it. Unfortunately, the first person you check out is a Karen, but okay.
Yeah, you can't do anything about
Karen. Donut Karen. She was such a bitch.
Donut Karen.
Then on your second day, we just plop you down on self-check. I show you a few things, and you're just running with it. And honestly, the reactions to you running self-check is honestly one of the funniest things I have seen.
What was your reaction?
M and J's.
Oh, how surprised were they?
You want to talk about M and I could do J?
Yeah. You go ahead and do J first.
Okay, well, J is one of the,
ACSMs.
Yeah. And so, this was the 3rd day working, and mind you, it was, senior discount day, so.
Yeah, a lot of people coming in. A lot of old people.
Yeah. No, this was funny because Shota, he's, dealing with the tills and accounting and all that, and I come in at 8 a.m., and he looks at me, runs to me, shoves the handheld device for self checkout in my hand, runs back to the customer service counter, grabs a walkie talk like the talking thing, and shoves it, quickly puts it on me, and it's like, here, you know how to do it, go, and runs back to his little accounting office.
Listen, when we're desperate for people, if you know how to do it, you get put on it, hon. It doesn't matter what day it is. But yeah, for your second day, that was oof.
That was my third. That was my third day. Yeah, and so I just immediately was put on my own, and so, okay, I'm dealing with this, I'm handling it, and then a couple hours later, Jay comes in, sees me, and she's like, oh, do you need any help with this? Are you okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine. Did you do this before at another place? Oh no, this is my second day doing this. And she just looks dumbfounded at me like, wait, what?
Yeah, literally every time they I came in caught one of the tail ends of these conversations, and I saw people's reaction because everybody at the front end thought that she had either done this job before somewhere else, or that she'd been or had some kind of prior experience, and were shocked when we said it was like her second and third days working there.
God.
Yeah,
so
little Miss Humility over here has no self-confidence in herself. So us saying all these things is making her all embarrassed.
I'm so glad my camera isn't on.
Yeah, how big is your face, dear? Is it tomato?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Now you know the wash of praise. But then I think we threw you back on the register, and I'm following her behind we were walking up to the desk, and we were talking about you guys. It was amazed at how good you've been, and this is only like what your second or third day.
That was the second day.
Second day there, and just like Muse is really. Yeah, I'm saying don't even start over again. But
just do it. Tell the story over.
It was like Muse is really good. It's just like, did you used to work at a different location before? And like, nope, this is our second day. She was so surprised by it. She was so surprised.
Oh, we're so proud of her.
She was so surprised, like, and she's like, "But how she's so good?" And I was gonna show her the pictures of the boot camp. Then it clicks in her mind. Oh, is this the friend that you give the Catcher boot camp to? I was like, "Yep." I was like, okay, that makes sense."
Yeah.
Yep, and people in my department know her too. Because I took the liberty of going ahead and sharing and bragging about her as well in my department.
Oh, no, literally, both the front end and the back end knows who she is, because I hate to say it, but, honey, your photos are in the two opposite sides of the stall.
So, I know. We get around. I tell the back end, he tells the front end.
Oh, I know. Front end. Oh, you're Shioda's friend. Back end. Oh, you're Wolf's friend.
I'll say everywhere she goes, she gets recognized.
I got recognized by Dee the other day, and I didn't even have my name tag on. He just immediately knew.
He's so. Dee is my new manager, or I say new, but he's been there like a month now. 1 minute. Sorry, Benny was here. He went ahead and popped out. He'll be back later for the stream. But no. So I had. Long story short, it snowed this past weekend. It snowed, and stubborn customers still come in, despite the fact that there's like 4 inches of snow on the ground.
Did you see that painting that was going around that was like Ode to the Carolinas in the Snow, and it was like a jug of milk and toilet paper.
Yes, oh my gosh. Dude, literally, we were on a milk shortage. We're still on a milk shortage. Our warehouse is like empty of milk. I keep getting shown pictures of our store's warehouse of where we store the milk and stuff, and it's just empty. Like, we're getting what little bit we have. I'd say we have 2% in whole milk, and it's only in the store's brand. And that's it. And normally we have like 10 different things of milk. We only have 2. That's all we've got. Literally, people wiped us out. It was like, geez. What's even more funny is people are worried about losing power. Why do you buy milk then? If you're worried about losing power, don't buy milk. Don't buy cold things. Why are you buying cold things?
No, there was a funny customer yesterday where we were talking about the whole craziness, and she made a comment where it's like, yeah, all the eggs, bread, and milk are gone. Are they planning on making French toast for the whole week?
Yeah, exactly.
Laughing because it's like, you know what? You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, and then we're also on a cream cheese shortage right now too. I swear to God, I got asked it. We've been on the cream cheese shortage since Christmas. But I keep getting questions. Do you have any more in the back? Do you have any more in the back? Finally, I was like, if I get asked this question one more time, I'm gonna scream. So I went up to G, one of the store managers, and I was like, please, give me a sign that says there's a shortage. Because I thought it would handle the questions. No, people are still asking me. I don't even answer them. I just point to the sign. And they're like, oh. And it's like, you dumb idiot. There's a sign there that says that there's a shortage and you're still asking me. Like, leave me alone. I can't just make it poof out of thin air. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. But, yeah, no, so... it snowed. And, of course, one of the people working that morning, we had been given a list of like 7 things we needed to do, and he had done basically one of them. I'm like, you're leaving. I'm here. The store's going to close early. The store closed at 5 instead of 9 o'clock. I'm like, so I'm basically only here for 4 hours. You expect me to run 7 things in 4 hours? It's not going to happen. So I'm like sprinting around. So I go up to the front because I know it's not busy, and I just tell him, I'm like, I'm taking Muse. So I took her and I had her go ahead and work the yogurt float for me because it was the easiest thing she could do. It didn't involve a lot of heavy lifting, and it takes a long time and it's really boring, but it was the easiest thing that I could give you to do.
Oh,
you did
boring. It's just
good. You did so good. I went into work. Because I told Dee that I had you do it. Because I wrote it on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, tell them about how he complimented you.
Yeah, no, God, this was yesterday, and I was walking in just to drop my purse off into our locker, and I'm walking by, and he immediately like points at me and it's like, hey Muse, you did such an amazing job on the yogurt. It looks so great. And I'm like, thank you. How the fuck do you know me?
He didn't say hi or anything. He just said that you did an amazing job. Because he told me that he said that. I was like, you didn't introduce yourself. I was like,
I saw his name was D. Like, I saw his name tag. It's like, thank you, but
that's suspicious. That's weird.
I was like, thank you, but who the hell are you? Yeah, no, that's my boss. That's my boss for you, everyone.
To be fair, I've had a handful of people be like, "Hey, how are you? Oh, you did such a good job over here." And I'm like, "Thank you. Who are you, people? I don't know you."
Half the people that she has coming up and complimenting her, she doesn't even know who they are because they're people that we talk to, not her. So yeah, she's got people coming up and complimenting her, and she's just like, I have no idea who the hell you are, but thanks.
Look at you.
Thanks for the compliment. I'm telling you, we get around.
Yeah, not dip.
Enjoy it.
So,
Take our love. She
Yeah,
worked faster than 2 of my coworkers combined would have worked. And one of them is supposed to be an assistant manager. We're trying to get rid of him currently. You don't know how hard we're trying to trade him out.
It's not A, it's the other one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of their names start with an A, hun.
Then, okay, not
It's the
rehired.
Yes,
Okay.
no, it's the new one who, instead of just coming on and learning the job, he's learning the job and learning how to be a assistant manager at the same time. And he sucks. I mean, nice guy, but he sucks. God, he's so slow. Anyway.
Yep. That's almost worse.
We're trying so hard to get rid of him. I don't think he realizes how hard we're trying to get rid of him. I don't think
you try to trade A for H once before.
Yes, and it didn't work. I tried in female H, looked at me with a deadpan look, dropped the basket she was carrying, and said, "You think that's a fair trade? You think that's a fair trade? We don't want him." I was like, even the front end doesn't want him. I'm like, y'all need employees, right? Take him, girl. And she was like, "Oh, hell no." I was like, damn it.
We're desperate, but we're not that desperate.
Oh no, you guys are desperate, but not that desperate. I was like, shoot.
Yeah, we only have
now.
We only have enough slow cashios.
Yeah.
Well, there's something I'm kind of curious about. So during my Muse's 4-hour late night session, we were talking about cracking the whip. So, to my perspective, when I quote unquote crack the whip, I don't see it as cracking the whip. It's more trying to get shit done with a bunch of morons.
Dude, I see it as you telling people to do their damn job because they're apparently clueless morons. I don't see it as cracking the whip. I see it as somebody's got to get these idiots to do their job. They're not doing their stinking jobs.
Here's what I want to know, and Muse will probably see it eventually, not at home because I installed the feel into home. Okay. And she mutes. I mean, I don't think it was for that reason. It's just the timing of it was funny. But no. So what exactly does that look like from an outside perspective?
From an outside perspective? Oh
yes.
Gosh.
Clearly, you've seen me crack the whip before, but
yes, I have. From an outside perspective.
Yeah, because again, I only see it as trying to get shit done with a bunch of morons who don't know how to do their jobs. Like,
no, that's an accurate description.
Like my brain doesn't like click like, oh hey, this is me cracking the whip. Okay, cool.
No, because no, you're correct. It's just you telling people to do their damn jobs. No, cracking the whip from an outside perspective looks like. I'm trying to think of the last time that you did it.
Because thankfully,
it looks like you're in a hurry. It does look like you're very busy. And it looks like you're kind of done with people. So people know not to, like, cross you. They know just to shut up and do what you're telling them to do. Because it looks like you're in a hurry and you've got things to do. You don't want to deal with their crap. But to me, it just seems like you're telling people to do your damn job, stop being incompetent.
Right.
Great description.
But yeah, no, I would say yeah, it does scare people because people have a tendency to just shut up and do what you tell them without questioning it.
To be honest, I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised no one has tinging up, calling me a dictator. Because, especially back during my Sundays, ugh.
No, you're just telling them to do their job. Plus, they know if they try to challenge you on it and say that you're a dictator, they're just going to get told off and ignored.
Fair enough.
Because they will. because they will. Because you're just telling them to do their jobs. Like, literally, that's all you're doing. It's not hard.
Look,
All
I've
they have
had
to
an
do is do their
asshole
jobs.
boss. I've had genuinely an asshole boss, and I don't think he'd be an asshole boss. Shoto.
No. Our bosses love him. They know whenever he's working that the store's not going to burn down.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, like, typically when I close with P, like, he just leaves me to my own devices. Like, he very rarely checks in, and then when he does check in, it's very sparingly. Like, he's like, okay, just call me up when you're going to leave. Like, he'll just go back and, like, do, like, third shift things. Like, okay, you have fun. I'll be in the back, call me if you need me.
Exactly, because you just don't need to check up on you. You know what you're doing. And you do a good job. And you make everybody else do their jobs instead of standing around like morons.
Yep.
I let them stand around like morons just as long as everything has been done.
Exactly. That's
Like,
the key word in the sentence. As long as everything has been done, they can stand around like morons.
This is true. Thankfully, I typically close with Muse, so typically everything does get done.
It's true.
I have made a block.
There to do it.
Yeah, I have made a blocking monster in Muse, and I love it.
Good.
Like, she has declared that Bill White is her baby, and no one is to touch it when she's there.
That's fine with us. That's fine. She declared that she does not like my department.
Yeah, which gives me solace in not thinking she's gonna abandon me up there.
It's very true. He's very happy that she doesn't like my department because, yeah, it means that she won't abandon him at the front. To be fair, though, yeah. My department is it's a very strenuous physical workout. It's very tiring, it's very repetitive work, it's very boring. So I completely understand why she hates it.
Front end, you're in the middle of the action. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. I'll say, yeah, front end, you're in the firing zone.
No, like, literally, she's teaching cashiers that have been there for months things, and she's only been there for 2 weeks and 1 day.
Because the people that work there are idiots.
And now we have a standard, which, by the way, Muse feels bad for the cashiers that come in now.
Yeah, because they have to deal with that standard. Oh well, sucks to be them. They should be thanking her because it means that they are going to do the best job that they can.
I mean,
they're going to get fired.
I mean, if CSMH wants me to start doing that every time we have a new cashier, I will happily.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have you train them now. Literally, the agent point blank asked for the PowerPoint you used to train her for that exact reason.
No, that was because Muse got her first comment on her first fucking day.
Exactly. And she did. She got her first compliment on the first day that she was working. Which, again, shows you just how good she is at her job. Say that.
H explained what was happening. Like, she wakes up, and she sees an email saying, hey, one of your employees get a compliment. It's Muse, and she slowly puts down her phone. It's like, God damn it, I actually walked.
That's because it did. It worked. It worked perfectly. Literally, she was like, if this works, if she does good, you will be like, she literally told you, you'll be training all the new people. And clearly it worked. Clearly it worked. So,
I mean, also she is a candidate for clock.
Yeah, already, literally.
And she hasn't even been started walking. She was doing her onboarding.
Also, yeah, she hadn't even started working. She was just doing onboarding, and she was already placed on as a candidate for it. Which again shows you just how good she has been trained and how good she is doing.
Well, that was a combination of just her personality and who had a hand in training her. Like, I feel comfortable with putting her on self-check and not having to worry. I feel comfortable putting her on a register and not having to worry because I know, because A, her personality will not allow her to screw up, and B, because she knows.
She won't allow herself to make a mistake.
And B, just because she knows how to do things. Like, she was showing someone how to do a coin stall with a transaction.
Oh, that's where you are.
Yes, we're still bragging about you.
Yep.
We're not done.
Lovely.
Right.
You're showing someone who has worked at a previous location how to do a coin stall of a transaction. Typically, any other cashier would just be staring at it like, what the heck do I do with this? But you knew what the fucking do, and I love it.
Okay, to be fair, the first time I encountered that, I didn't, and I asked for your help. The second time, I was fine.
Yeah, the good thing is with you, I don't have to show you something once, as opposed to like 3 times.
I think you mean as opposed to 5 times.
Oh, yeah, 3 to 5. 3 to 5. It depends on the person.
There's
Yeah,
a couple
some of them
things
are
where
dumb.
I've repeatedly asked for help.
And that's like what, 1 or 2 times? So you're doing way better than the rest of them. Stop trying to put yourself down. We know what you're doing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You like that way. If I'm bagging, I typically like to bag for you specifically because I know you scan at a decent rate. You're not too you're not too slow. You're not too fast. You're scanning at just the right speed.
I'm just glad I caught on to, like, I feel like I'm pretty fast when it comes to, like, putting in the onions or potatoes or peppers, because I do it by lookup. And I'm just like, item lookup, vegetables, swipe over, peppers, this pepper, how many quantities. Like,
No, it is
I feel
good
like
that you
I
picked that
do
up
it
really
at a
fast.
decent. Yeah, and so far I've picked up a couple of the damn freaking codes.
That was bound to happen.
I know,
That's
bananas.
a good thing to happen. You want that to happen.
I know bananas, tomatoes on a vine, lemons, limes. Okay, what was the other one? I thought I knew the peppers. I'm still trying to remember the damn peppers.
I mean, I do a combination of the PLU and item lookup. I do a combination.
Yeah.
Because, like, I could not tell you what the code for lemon and lime is, but I know exactly where it is.
I knew all the codes, but there were a couple that would pop up that the code didn't work. So that was when I normally.
I hate those.
Pretty rare, but every now and again. Yep.
I've been dealing with that non-stop.
Yeah, it might have changed since I left.
Especially with the grapefruit.
Oh god, yeah, no,
Grapefruit I can never remember.
Oh no, the grapefruit just doesn't work. The real star grapefruit doesn't work. I have to put in just the red big grapefruit. The actual one doesn't work.
That sounds about right.
Right.
Say, notice how I was silent as you were all talking about the codes and stuff. Ha ha ha! I don't work at the front end. Ha 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 ha.
I'm also kind of glad that I have another person up front with me, so I have someone to do more gossip with.
Hansel's doing that for 4 hours this morning.
Yes, I know, and I very much enjoyed it.
I'd like to point out while y'all were doing that, I was asleep.
I know.
To the surprise of no one.
I don't know, like you're not to the point where you can crank out like 3 different people while one cashier is still walking on the one. You're not to that point. But you will eventually. Yeah.
I'll say you'll get her there one day.
Well, okay, to be fair, it depends on the customer. Because you have some where they have like maybe 15 items, and then you have the ridiculous ones where they have 100 items.
Oh, honey, please! I can get someone in and out as fast, even if they have a full cart.
Okay.
Good for you.
You'll get one day. Stop trying to compare. It's like I told her this. She kept trying to compare her speed to mine when she was doing the yogurt. I was like, don't compare yourself to me. One, I've been doing this for months. And two, the thing I'm doing, I was doing fries and stuff. Fries and pizza, which is way faster to put on the shelves than yogurt. I was like, you cannot compare your speed to me. I was like, those two things, it's boom, 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 and it's on the shelf. You know, it goes really, really fast. I was like, do not compare yourself to me because obviously you're going to be slower. It's just,
that was the first thing you
forever.
Yeah, no, that was the first thing you said to me before even, like, before I could open a box. That was the first thing you said to me.
Yes, because I know you. I knew you were going to compare yourself to me. I knew you were going to think, oh, woe is me, I'm going so slow. Oh, I'm doing terrible. So, that was me telling you, no, don't do that. Okay. Bad Muse, don't do that. You're welcome.
So, could go on and on about how great our daughter is doing. Since this is already a Muse-centric episode, Muse, do you want to talk about Blue Period? I think we should.
Fuck you.
About what?
An anime we watched that broke me, and I ended up having to, and I had to talk about it to Rob the next day.
See, I was nice. I got her to watch Akame Got Killed, but I told her don't get attached to any of the characters.
You wouldn't have said that if it wasn't for A. You would not have said that.
It's true, one of the A's... Well, he told me not to have you watch it, and then I said, no, she has to watch it because it's really good anime. And then he said, fine, but tell her don't get attached to any of the characters so her heart doesn't break. He was nice about it.
Yeah, if he didn't say that, you would not have done that.
No, I would not have. I would have let you get attached and then suffer.
But no, Blue Period is an anime about art. And it made me think really hard about art in general. What art means to her and that of context. Muse, this is you. Do you want to elaborate?
You have the floor.
So you want me to cry again?
Not necessarily cry, but if it happens, you know.
If it happens, it happens.
Man, this is really off topic, but is it alright if I tell y'all about my day of work yesterday? Let me tell y'all about this.
No, go right ahead.
Okay.
She's just looking for an excuse to avoid
get back to this.
This was an extremely short week of school for my particular district. Okay. Like, Monday was MLK Day, so obviously we didn't have school, which was nice. And then Tuesday and Wednesday were both teacher work days, which was basically me getting all my planning done on Tuesday and then like twiddling my dick on Wednesday in my classroom meetings. Basically. So, and then talking to like 2 parents. This is the shitty thing that happened Wednesday. So I had this parent that decided that it would be an appropriate punishment for their kid having bad grades to bring the kid's instrument back to the school and make him basically fail my class for the semester, okay? Because he didn't have his instrument the semester. I talked to this woman and basically try and talk sense into her about it. It's like talking to a wall, you guys. Woo, and I was there with 4 other teachers, right? His core teachers. Mm-hmm. And they were talking to her about, like, we've always found that orchestra is really great for students like this student that have trouble with staying structured and things like that. And which is very nice because my colleagues were very supportive of me. But, it was probably for the best that this kid ended up getting withdrawn from orchestra because... Ooh! And I was talking to the other teachers after, and I was like, I hope it didn't come off too mean. They were like, no, I mean, you're just saying it how it is. But you definitely sounded pissed off when she was like, yeah, I just see it as a privilege. And you were like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
No, dude, I would have been pissed off too. I'd be like, you idiot.
I was like, yeah, it is a privilege. It's a privilege for your child to take up a spot in my orchestra in my program and then get to dick off during it the whole time, apparently. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, excuse me. I have a degree and the same credentials as every other person in this room, okay? It really got under my skin, y'all!
Dude, I don't blame you. That would have gone under my skin, too.
I was like, I did not go to college for 4 years and pass a bunch of stupid licensure exams to be treated like that. For real. I really...
No. Dude, that's horrible.
Oh, but then we had school... I know. I broke my heart for the kid, but frankly, it was probably for the best. So... Anyway, so we actually had school yesterday, and I got up... I live like 8 minutes away from my work. Okay, so it normally doesn't take me very long to get to work and be ready for work,
Mm-hmm.
So I got in the shower at about 6 o'clock, to just start getting ready because start time at the high school where I start my mornings is 7:05. So I was like, okay, I'm going to the shower, get ready, and everything, and I feel a sharp pain in my foot as I'm getting in the shower. Right now, for context, I broke a glass a couple of days ago. And I guess I didn't realize that some of the glass flew into my fucking shower. And I did not realize it. Right? I thought I had picked it up. I even washed out the tub, mind you.
Not the shower, apparently.
No, the tub I have a dual tub and shower. So, like, I shower in the same place where the tub is, basically. Right? So I had washed it out pretty thoroughly. So I figured I was good, but I guess there was a very small piece of glass hiding in the side of my tub that I didn't see, and it was in my foot. So I had to spend 20 minutes digging out a piece of glass from my foot. And I know what you're thinking, hey, maybe it would have just worked its way out. No, it was sticking out of my foot.
No, you have to remove it. You can't just let it work its way out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told my coworker. I was like, well, it was literally like sticking out of my foot, and I couldn't stand it, so I had to get it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's glass.
So
you can't just let
it really hurt. It really hurt, and I didn't want it to stay in there. And I was like, oh my god.
No, you should never let that stay in there.
Don't do that, please. Those of you that were thinking that, because I actually got told that by a coworker, and I was like, are you stupid? But anyway.
If you have glass in your foot, get it out.
I love you.
Don't be the
person who that is on the off chance
you're supposed to.
Yes.
Yes, Muse. We know that you can't take care. You don't know how to take care of yourself.
Anyway, so I managed to get it out. Thank God. It was a very weird shape, so I couldn't grip it with the tweezer, so I had to literally use my fingers and wash off my foot. That was fun. But it was horrible. But I managed to get it out. Thank God. I took the shower because I was having a panic attack by that point, and I got to work at like 6:58, which is fine because our start time is 7:05. So, but I was still mad, and my coworker was like, "Dude, where have you been?" In that because I normally get to work at like 6:25, and I was like, "I have a piece of glass in my foot, and I had a panic attack." So she was like, "Are you okay?" Like, do you need me to watch
have
your
gone to
kids?
work.
She's like, do you need me to, like, watch your kids for a little bit? Or, like, and I was like, fine. I just want to get this morning over with. And I had kids that had switched back into orchestra for this next semester that were like, hey, are you alright, Miss Panda? I said Miss Panda, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, let's just get into the classroom, children.
Get into the classroom. Let's just start the lesson.
They were like, okay.
I can see it now.
So because of the inclement weather, I had like 4 kids in my 8th grade that were actually there. Everyone else was absent for the day.
Dude, I wouldn't have even shown up at that point.
And then 7th grade, everyone was there. 6th grade, everyone was there. And I got a new group of kids for general music. And then I got the call, everybody got the call that school was canceled today. So we literally had one singular day of school this week. And as I said before, they're like, oh, by the way, we're using 1 day out of your 11.6 days of annual leave that you earned. And by the way, they automatically deduct 10 days of annual leave every year for the leave days we have for Christmas break and spring break. So, I have 0.6 annual leave days now. So that's good.
Yeah, it makes no sense. That's why I'm not a teacher, because I can't deal with that bullcrap.
I tell you what, I'm good with it. The insurance is good, I will say that. And honestly, the pay is fine for me as a single person that does not have children, you know. But the thing I think that makes teachers quit is not the pay. Like, the people say it's the pay because that's the easy thing and it makes sense to people, but I really think it's the conditions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it was just the pay, I don't think you'd have it as high.
No, because it's the way that you guys are treated like garbage.
Yeah, it's most teachers are fully aware of the pay rate when they go into teaching. Like, it's not a shock. Like, they prepare themselves for it. Like, it's,
I'll say no. It's well known that teachers don't get paid squat.
That get paid their worth. I make pretty decent money, honestly. I won't lie. Like, I get paid about $40,000 a year. But which is pretty good considering my rent and my expenses and things. I make a pretty decent amount of money every month, but it's the conditions, really. It is the parents and an unsupportive administration that doesn't give a shit about you that really makes teachers quit. To be honest.
Honestly, that's why I stopped being a summer camp counselor. Kids, great. But administration, do they care about us? No. You know,
exactly.
That's
really what it is. Which is probably why I want to go into admin, because I'd like to be a supportive admin, especially as someone who at one point was an arts teacher. I feel like I will understand and do my best to be more supportive through that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
What?
What?
Sorry, anyways, Muse was talking about how her fish is horny, apparently. So that's
Muse
great.
Just put a message in our Discord which threw us off. She says, my fish is wanting to mate.
I was like in the middle of this grand speech, and then I see that, and I was like completely just sidetracked.
I know, here we are being real serious, and then there's this message, my fish is wanting to mate. My fish is horny.
I don't know what to say. I don't.
I broke wolf again.
Are we okay?
My ribs hurt. Just continue.
What was that?
Just ignore me.
Okay, what is happening? What do you mean your fish wants to fuck?
Panda, you can't just say that.
What? Well, I'm just wondering. What does that mean?
Yeah, Muse, how would you know that?
Because I noticed I thought there was I just recently got a new beta fish and
Talk about the beta fish.
What?
Talk about the beta fish.
Give background for the beta fish and then continue the conversation about it wanting to screw.
Okay, I'll do the backstory in a second because it's tied back to Blue Period. But I noticed there was a bunch of bubbles around the filter, and I thought, okay, there must be something wrong with the filter. Maybe I need to change it, and so I changed it, and I got rid of them. I look over and I notice my beta is creating the bubbles. And so I'm like, why are you creating bubbles? Apparently, beta bubble nests are a place for male betas to entice females to come spawn under. My beta wants to
Ooh, that's interesting.
My god. The
I thought
beta
it was
is trying to get it
wrong.
on. The beta is trying to get it on, guys. Let's go in. Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies that are nowhere to exist.
That's depressing.
Oh, he's alone. He's trying to go, hello,
Oh,
ladies.
he's a male. You can't put others with a male.
No, I know. Oh, that's just so depressing.
Fish.
I'm just like, oh, that's what you're doing. Sorry for the randomness.
Jesus Christ, here we were having a serious conversation, and then, hey guys, my fish wants to mate. He's horny.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm just glad that my sister is at work right now and can't hear me from across the hall. She would have poked her head in by now and been like, what the hell is wrong with you and your friends?
What is it?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I feel like I now need to quickly talk about the other thing before Shioda rips my head off.
Yes. Going back to the conversation we were having earlier, where Muse was desperately trying to avoid the topic.
Because whenever she avoids the topic, you know it's going to be juicy.
Hey Panda, do you have anything else to talk about?
I honestly don't know what else to say after that.
Damn it.
I'm in the same boat as you, Panda.
I honestly have no idea where to go from here.
Yeah, Muse, you derailed us.
I was having a genuine conversation about working conditions for educators, and you were like, hey, my fish has his dick out right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
He's making a damn nest right now.
He's making a nest? No,
yes. Because once the female lays the eggs, he's actually the one that takes care of the eggs.
Oh, your poor fish is going to be so depressed when he realizes that he's all alone in the world and there's nobody to care about him.
I care about him.
It's so sad.
Well, you can't mate with him.
The upcoming game, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
We can hear that.
What?
We can hear that, Shioda.
I was scrolling past it and it started to play.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm currently, I know it's a couple years away because I need the 3 years of experience to apply for it, but I'm dreading going back to school.
What is it you have to go back to school again for?
So to apply for a master's in educational administration, you need 3 years, at least 3 years of field experience of teaching. So I'm currently getting that by teaching. So
that makes sense.
So
No, that sucks. I'll say, just
You
when
need
you
a
get out of the
bachelor's
flow of
degree.
school, you have to go
You
back.
need a North Carolina teaching license, 3 years of successful professional experience in K-12 schools, a GRE score, and approval by the committee to get in for that. So, hey, there's a lot of things that you need to take the GRE. Jesus. There's so many things you have to do. At least it's online, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those of you interested in a graduate degree, I'm sure you're fully aware of these requirements already. But it is nerve-wracking regardless. It's online at least.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness. What's everybody doing?
Okay, so do you want to go into your backstory about the fish now?
Yes, please do it. Yes.
Keep on thinking I can avoid it, but whatever.
If you
Okay.
don't, I will, and I will hyperbolize it.
I feel
So-
like, though, at the same time, I will underrate it. That's my issue. You're not backing down from this one, okay?
No.
Good news, I got brought food. Bad news, my dad just talked to me about injector fluid in cars. I think he understood from me just staring at him blanking going, every time he said something was me not caring, so he finally said, okay, bye.
Nice.
Anyway, back to Muse.
What are you eating?
Nope, back to Muse.
Damn it.
But this
Okay.
is a music-centric episode, hon. You're not getting away from this.
Whatever. Okay, the anime Shota and I were watching is called Blue Period. And it starts off where the main character is Yatara, and that's his name. And he was a regular, like, straight A, hardworking student, but he was only doing that because that's what society told him to do. And then he, in an elective class, he was told he needed to do a painting of a scene that means something to him. And something just clicked with him, because after he, what was her name? Maturi?
M-O-R-I.
Guess we'll find it later, Wolf.
Molly.
Mori. Yeah, after he sees her artwork, hold on. Right when he sees her artwork, something clicked with him, and so he creates this very basic painting, but it had a lot of depth to it, where it was completely done in different shades of blue. And that was the painting that he got inspired by. And so from there, he created this whole painting, and he got praise from it. And that's when it finally clicked to him. He wants to go and do art. He wants to go into the art world. And so he starts going. The whole season was about him getting ready to take art classes and take this final exam to see if he could get into an art university.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the series, okay, Shota and I had a thing where I would type in a period or a number indicating if I related or connected to the said section or thing. And I might have done it a few times.
Shota, what was the exact number?
The fact that you knew that
62.
Yeah.
62 tallies.
And there was only 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Honestly, it should be 62 plus.
Yeah, because he might have tied in
Yeah, there were sometimes that Muse was just like, I'm not doing it. Just because there was so many times. Yes, it's literally a hole. But
Yeah,
she also... Go ahead.
the whole show was just calling me out.
Uh-huh.
Like, I pretty much was Yatara, in a sense, because once he was in, like, art prep school and he was being taught, like, the fundamentals behind creating art and, like, he had to learn about colors and texture and composition and all of that. And it's like, I completely relate to all this because that's what I had to go through throughout the last 4 fucking years of school. And it's just, this one damn episode broke me. Shioda, what is going on?
I don't know.
You sound like you're operating heavy machinery.
Yeah, you're fine. I had the gain on blue toned up.
You sound like when Joshua calls me while he's on the site. That's what it sounded like.
Nope, sorry, that was blue.
He'll call me and it'll be like, in the background,
that
and I'm
sounds
like,
about right.
What is that?
No, that sounds about right.
No, it's fixed now. Muse, continue.
Right. The one episode, mind you, it was 2 episodes before finishing this.
Be right back.
Series.
Yes.
It was 2 damn episodes before we finished, but it just completely broke me because Yatara and his other friend were talking, and it was just, he was trying to figure out why was he even doing art now, because he started doing it for others and not for himself, and it's like, why does he want to do it?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
And then the other thing the true thing that broke me is his friend. His friend has a bunch of friends, but the home environment is horrible. And in the episode, their father or her father took everything out of her room and tossed it away, leaving her room completely bare. And that just completely broke me because he threw away all of everything tied to her, including her art supplies, and then was yelling at her to go back to the way she was before. And so I kind of broke and ended up talking to Shioda for like 3 hours after that episode.
So, aren't you supposed to watch an anime that's like feel good? Well, never mind. I retract my entire statement.
Yeah.
I retract my entire statement. It sounded better in my head, and then I started saying it, and it was like, oh. Retraction.
Yeah. Also, may I point out, she was also drawing, I should say, while she was painting, while we were watching this episode. This is what she painted.
Alright, gotta switch back over to Discord.
What in the hell?
Nice.
I like that.
You need to work on your eyeball a little bit, but nice.
Now, you see the splotches?
Mm-hmm.
Like the weird shapes? Those are my tears. I was literally crying.
Well, tears make for good artwork then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Panda, are you eating?
For your tears. Oh my god.
Those were my actual tears, where it left like marks on the paper, so I drew outlines around them. And this is just a sketch I was doing. It was just I was doing it out of Sharpies, and it was just a very rough sketch.
I like it.
Well, it's a good sketch.
Yeah.
Should finish
it. You told us to be brutally honest with you, though. If you want, I can show you how to do eyeballs. You asked us to be brutally honest, so I can show
know, I
you
know.
eyeballs if you would like. I'm very good at
It's a
eyeballs.
lot better than anything I could do. So.
The thing is, I was going off the shape of my eyes, which the top of my eyelids are fairly flat while they drop around the bottom.
Yeah, remind me next time we hang out. I'll sketch your
Which
eye
will be
quickly.
Which will be next Friday.
Or are we not hanging out Wednesday? Are we just doing Friday?
Oh yeah, that's true.
If we're hanging out
You
Friday,
had
we probably should only do
you
Friday.
had your mental break.
Yeah, but if we're hanging out Friday anyway, we ought to just only do Friday.
No, I mean, yeah, just.
We'll talk about it later.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but those first 10 episodes, I just completely broke because I realized that I have fallen out of love with art, and that, like, I don't, at the moment, I just don't really see myself doing art.
I'm gonna be honest, that's exactly why I didn't want to get a degree in art.
I'll tell you.
I was worried about falling out of love with it.
I definitely felt that fatigue for music for a little bit. When I was getting my degree in it. It was totally normal.
Yeah, it's just after where school is supposed to be where you're taught, you're supposed to learn new things, and it was difficult because the last year I wasn't taught anything in ceramics. I was just told to make this one thing where I knew how to make it. I wasn't learning
really didn't
anything
want
new.
to make it.
Yeah, and so me falling out of love with that kind of made me fall out of love with ceramics in general and then with art, because when he was being taught the fundamentals behind doing oil paintings and just like creating artwork, that was stuff I learned in freshman year of college. And I haven't really learned much of that since. And I wish I did. Because I feel like my stuff would have been a lot stronger. But, yeah. Yeah, so after finishing, or not finishing, but watching the show, after that mental break, crying and talking to Shiro for 3 hours, then talking to Rob the next 7 hours later.
What's up, Rob?
Yes, Rob listens to these. Hi, Rob. Thank you.
What's
You're
up,
amazing.
King?
What?
What's up, King?
Yeah, he listens to our podcast, Muse. We mentioned this like 30 episodes ago.
I remember in a therapy session once, I was like, yeah, I know you. He's like, I'm obviously not at liberty to tell you who my other clients are. I was like, yeah, I know, but I know. I know.
He was like, speaking of which, I might need to talk to you later because he made a comment where it's like, I wish you knew some of my other clients and you could talk to them about their experience and how they're doing now after getting like talking to him. And I'm like, I actually do know one of your other clients.
Yeah, she's the one that sent you to him.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly when we had that conversation too, because that conversation stood out to me. I can tell you exactly what I was doing when we were having that conversation. I was playing Cyberpunk. I can tell you exactly where I was in Cyberpunk too. I was climbing on the roof.
I really thank him. Tell him thanks. I don't want to kill myself anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Everyone say thank you to Rob. Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Yes, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He is.
I hope everything's good, King.
Yeah. No.
Hope your mother-in-law's doing well.
The last I talked to him, which was a couple days ago, he was snowed in at Greensboro.
Was he in Greensboro?
Yeah, he was visiting someone. Or he was over somewhere with his family, and they couldn't leave.
Yeah, he's stuck there.
Yeah, he couldn't leave.
You're still getting along with them.
Yeah, but going back, after talking to him, I hung out with Alien, and I ended up getting my beta fish. And we went to 3 stores because I don't know why, but none of them really stood out to me.
No, you
Like,
have to find the one. When it comes to
there
pets, you
was a
gotta find
bunch
the
of
one.
beautiful ones. Yeah, there's so many beautiful ones, but none of them really stood out to me until we went to the last store, and it was a small version of the normal stores, and so I'm like, okay, they probably only have a few selections. They had 30 selections, and my dumbass found the one on the very top shelf in the back. So I'm trying to grab him, but he's beautiful, and I named him Yatara.
Yep, that's her fish in the chat now.
Yep. Because the yellow is like to represent his hair and like eyes, but then the blue is to represent the inspiration. Yep, that is exactly what I told Shiota. And yeah, Yatara found his love for art through the color blue. So yeah, I see my new beta as a new beginning.
Yep. Her fish, by the way, guys, because y'all can't see it, obviously. Her fish has yellow fins with a black head and a, like, kind of darkish blue body. It's very pretty. For a fish, it's very pretty. And it's very unique coloring.
Yeah, like, I love the coloring so much. Yeah,
Yep,
literally, there's the inspiration.
Yep, I definitely see that.
Yeah, Shiota showed a picture in the Discord.
Yeah, Shiota pulled up a picture of the character, Yatara.
Yeah, but recently, the other thing that Rob told me to do is, because of my environment, it's my safe place, but it's also, in a sense, like a prison. Like, it has a bunch of bad ties to it as well.
Who bitch? So, I know that. I know that feel.
Yeah. So he talked to me about I should try and either rearrange my room, which all my furniture is super heavy and I physically could not do that. So the other option was to redecorate. And so now I had a sword that I made for cosplaying. I took that down. I'm tossing it. And I'm hung up a tapestry. I cleaned off top of one of my bookshelves, and now I have a figurine. Thank you, Wolf. Yes. On top, a beta head, my beta, and a wood piece that I made. And I kept this simple, but it's something new, and I think I'm gonna. There's a painting I'm gonna take down. Oh, Wolf, you'll be surprised. I don't have any Christmas decorations in my room anymore.
Oh, thank
God. I
took
it all down.
Thank God.
Look at you.
She's maturing.
That is a lot sooner than you normally do that, my dear.
Yeah, it's like June.
Panda?
Yeah?
They were up since 2019.
She never took them down, Panda.
Oh.
Panda just goes, oh. She never took them down. They've been up.
Man, that almost made me drop my custard out of my mouth.
Yeah, guys, those have been up since 2019. She never undecorated. She just left them.
Well, that just
she loves Christmas. Which is why when we live together, she's going to be handling the Christmas nonsense.
Yep.
I'll bring decorations and give you decorations. I will help decorate the tree, and that's where I draw the line. That's it.
We didn't end up doing any decorating this year just because of how hard
my family, I decorated the tree. My family decorated the rest of the house and the yard and stuff. I would go to work and then come back and something new would be somewhere. So.
Yeah, it's just this Christmas just out of all the years, this one just felt very off.
Oh no, it didn't feel like Christmas.
It was not hard. It was a really difficult Christmas for me as well.
Well, yeah, understandable. Yeah, it's just I think part of the issue was like I just graduated. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff, and so it's like that was a lot on my mind. But also, for some reason, Christmas this year just felt more like a chore.
It did. I definitely get you.
Yeah, Christmas to my family didn't even feel like Christmas this year for
It
some
really
odd
doesn't.
reason.
It was difficult.
Yeah, so due to that, and I don't know what started me, but oh no, I do. It was another night where I broke down and Shiota helped me.
When was this?
Oh God.
You're gonna be specific because there's a few times.
It was before I started work. It was right before.
I would like to point out, over the past 4 years, I have been making Muse clean her room for the exact reason Rob gave you. Now do you see why I make you clean your room, hun?
Hi.
Now do you see?
Shut up.
See, Rob agrees with me. Thank you, Rob.
Okay, it's not.
A man has a doctorate too, so it's hard to argue. You know.
I don't have a doctorate.
Oh, no,
I still made her clean her room for the exact same reason.
I'm just saying that person with professional credentials in mental health also has the same reasoning. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I knew I needed to clean my room, but this was a whole nother level where the first round was right when I got back. I went through, I don't have a lot of storage room. The closets I have 1/4 of one of them. The rest is full of junk that is my parents. Because we have no place to put shit.
So, see, my parents tried to do that, and then I finally snapped and I made them get all their crap out of my closet.
We have no storage room, so...
Oh, we don't have storage room either. It's in my sister's closet now. It just moved closets.
Yeah, so I have 2 deep drawers under my bed. I have a side table, my desk, a few boxes, my closet, and my dresser. I went through my dresser, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 big drawers and 2 small drawers. I threw away or donated enough clothes to where I only have 2 full drawers, 2 full big drawers, and 2 small drawers. So my bottom drawer now is full of all my yarn, so that cleared up a lot of space. I tossed out almost everything in my 2 drawers under my bed and in my desk. And so I put stuff that I actually do want to keep and need in those drawers. And I still have plenty of room. So yeah, that was the first round. Then the next round was when I broke down. I don't remember exactly why, but Shiota helped me, and this was at 1 a.m. And I started taking my Christmas stuff down.
Oh yeah, now I'm remembering this.
No, at least you took your Christmas stuff down. I've been telling you to take down for years.
Is a big change.
No,
Just right out the gate.
No, it completely is, because again, I've had this stuff up for 2 years, and so for me to take that down, it's different if I would have taken it down for the season like I used to do, but for it to be up for years and then take it down, it just felt so weird. But at the same time, I was just broken, and so I was just doing it. What? Oh no, I remember why. It was it was kind of due to my mother. So
yeah, well, what does she not do?
Yeah, but due to that, I started taking stuff down, which I probably shouldn't have done some of the things because being mentally upset and being on tall stuff isn't a smart idea. But yeah, I took down all my Christmas stuff, and then I started just gathering random stuff and just tossing it. So, yeah.
No. Are any of us surprised?
Nope.
No. Nope. Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit, I found the key component.
Hey,
So I can start next week on that, actually.
yeah, she's gonna do just as a watching Blue Pill, she's gonna actually she's actually gonna make art for herself for once.
Oh, good.
Yeah, for the first time in years.
You.
Progress.
So if it's trash,
Doesn't matter. If it's trash, who cares? It's art for you, that's all that matters.
yeah. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I just got a new sketchbook today. Like, again, clean slate. It has no ties to school or any of that. Because I have some blank sketchbooks, or half of a sketchbook is empty, but just because it has ties, I don't want to use it.
No, I would say you shouldn't use it. If you
Yeah,
want a
so
blank slate, then yes, don't use it.
yeah, so I got a brand new sketchbook, and so I'm going to do some sketches before doing this piece. And I think the key component is something I made from school, where I made these things there, and so I'm thinking that tying those into something new outside of school is going to help me tremendously.
No, I agree.
Yeah, because the other thing Rob and I talked about is where I was trying to describe where I want to start off with clean slate, including myself, kind of like a blank canvas, and
Yeah.
try and
Stop with the
start
evil laugh.
Yeah, and so I wanted to start off again with clean slate and try and just create a new image and take what I've learned from the past to create this new image, but in a way, kind of like Blue Period, where Yatara created the furnace painting, and then he created something that was very similar to it, almost copying it. Rob said that's kind of what I would be doing, and so that actually isn't something that I should do, and that I should take what I learned and not start off with a blank canvas, but start off with just simple background and then build from it.
I agree with that.
I also agree
Yeah.
with that.
It's crazy how therapists tell you what you already know, but you're like your mind is blown by it because they just say it in such an excellent way.
Yeah.
Like,
You're just like,
it's
wow,
funny.
that sounds like a good idea, and it's like, I mean, you already know this, but okay.
You already
Yeah.
know it, but like you're like realizing that you really should do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
It
mean?
finally clicks that, oh, I actually should take
Like
your advice.
everybody knows there are certain things that you should and shouldn't do, but when you're in therapy, like they really give you the tools to actually do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
They give you the drive to do those things, too.
Yeah, it does. I took notes on my feelings, and I can rationalize out of feelings a lot better than I used to now, post-therapy, after a year and a half, almost 2 years of therapy. That I'm like, oh wow, I don't have to write it down anymore. I can do it in my head, like I should have been able to do all along. But hey, mental illness.
Go Panda.
No, I definitely understand that. The first 6 months, I had to write stuff down because I couldn't understand. But no, I get that part, and we've been talking about almost the same things for the last few sessions because it's just repeat because I won't do it.
That's basically
what it takes.
that is a lot of what therapy is, though. In the beginning of it, like even the first year or so of therapy, sometimes some people just need that time to be able to open up and follow the direction of it. Do you know what I mean?
I'll say sometimes it just takes repetition. Nothing wrong with that.
So now I'm seeing this as I'm not getting a new blank canvas. Yes, I'm getting a new sketchbook. Yes, I'm going to start off like with new things, but I'm not going to scrap the old painting or the old version of me. Instead, I'll take parts from it. There are some parts that I would love to leave behind, but at the same time, they are what made me who I am now. So I should take those parts and incorporate them into me, but don't hold on to it. Don't make it the focal point anymore.
That's good. Yeah, I think that's the best way to look at that. You know, that's
it takes a lot to realize that.
You know, we worked through that when I started working through my religious trauma too. We talked about that, those kind of same concepts. So, like being a good person, like, you know, I didn't realize I was still dealing with religious trauma until he pointed it out. It's just like, you know, you say you're over this, but I can see that you still rationalize. You're forced to convince yourself that these things are okay. You know that they're okay, but you still have those barriers in your head put there by your religious trauma.
Yeah. Does he also say to you, tell me if I'm full of shit?
It's been a while since I've had a session. What?
No, but he, so far, almost every session, he says, tell me if I'm full of shit.
He has said that to me before. Yes, he said like, "Hey, tell me if I'm sounding like I'm full." I really don't think he's full of shit. I just think that he's not full of shit. He's just correct, and it sounds cheesy, but it's correct. All right, yeah, it is. It's 7:40. We need to wrap it up.
Also, we kind of need to wrap it up. We got a stream to do.
Okay, but one thing I want to touch on Faust. Muse mentions the Fulging painting. This is how much it calls her out. So this is a Fulge painting. The message behind this painting. Wolf, do you want to take a guess as to what the message was? Or what the theme is? She's looking away!
Muse, turn back around. What was the theme?
Bonds. Connections.
Oh my gosh. Well, that sounds familiar.
Yo, literally, that anime was literally made for Hall.
This is what I typed to him in our chat, is because each dot is supposed to represent. I just put a stream of them after hearing that.
Oh my god.
And I counted every single one.
Alright, guys.
That was all important.
Alright, let's wrap it up before we go on another tangent, folks.
Yeah. Panda, go ahead.
Alright. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's podcast. We appreciate your viewership, truly. And hopefully... And happy W-2 season, everyone, as you get your tax filing forms together.
You have to do it.
And it looks so stressed. It's just like, I'm so dumb. It's just
I don't have to do it because I make no money.
Did she just say she makes no money? You have a job, Ron.
No, it's because with the last year, I didn't make over 2,000. So when you don't make that much,
you
they
get
actually
excluded.
You're basically a dependent still, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
So next year I will have to do taxes, but this year I don't have to.
Yeah, well, lucky you.
This year I will. I'm definitely going to have to this year. I mean, I've been filing independently for quite some time now. But,
yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for tuning in.
Yes.
Good luck on your taxes. Don't fuck them up.